Facebook people, hello Facebook friends, and the YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. So today I've got a bit of a special guest which I'm excited to introduce everyone to. So to be honest, without further ado, I'm just going to go straight to my normal intro. Pretty much is probably the only way I can put it. I just need to make sure I've got this button set up on the old audio topics. Here we go. Weight loss, lose a little bit of weight, diabetes challenge, lots of walking still, learning to code, which I've actually done something today, and this live streaming thing. So the live streaming side of things, I've had quite a good year with live streaming, to be honest. It's been just over a year, to be fair, and kind of obviously forced to do it in terms of for taekwondo and for the club and stuff like that. But I've just really enjoyed doing it and helping others wherever I can, to be completely honest. So hi Phil, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you on here. So during this kind of journey and using this software called Ecamm Live, I've come to meet quite a few different people, help quite a few different people, and someone that I have met recently that's got an amazing story that I kind of wanted to bring him on so that he could share his story, because it's I think it's just really emotive, and I think it's a brilliant thing that he's doing, and I think more people that know about it, then without a shadow of a doubt, hopefully you will agree, the better. So I'll bring him on now. So his name is Jason. I'm not going to try and, hi Jason, I'm not going to try and pronounce your surname because I don't want to get it wrong. So if you want to just do the surname part of it, that's great. I don't want to hash it up. Go for it.
No worries. All right. Well, yeah, hello everyone from down under. I'm speaking to you from Australia. My name is Jason Sortiris, and yeah, love to be on the show, mate. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Phil's already said hi, Jason. Good man. Hi, Anna. Hope you're
Cool.
well. She's only put that because every time I say hello to anyone on my stream, if they comment, I always say, hope you're well. So there you go. It just is what it is.
It's habit.
Yeah.
Habit.
Phil's already says good day. So yeah, good day.
Yeah.
So Jason, what day is it in Australia right now?
It's Monday morning.
It's
Mates.
Monday morning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. As you can see, the sun is blazing through the office window here, which is great. And yeah, it's strange this time difference, eh? You know,
It's
I'm still half asleep.
I completely
You're
messed
ready
up,
to go to
right?
bed.
So just so that everyone watching this back on a replay knows, I sent a message to Jason saying on Sunday night at 9:30 UK time, would you be able to jump on a stream and just come on as a guest and all this kind of stuff? And he was like, yeah, fine, no problem. So me being dappy, time difference wise, Jason, unlike us, like he's in the future. So right now in England, it's Sunday night at 9:30. However, over in Australia, it's obviously Monday, and it's what time in the morning now, Jason?
It's good question. 6:54 a.m.
A.M.
for people.
Guys, this
Yeah.
is absolutely epic. So thank you very much for getting up like pre 7 a.m. You're probably up at 6 to make sure you were ready for it and all sorts. So no, thank you.
Mate, I've
So
got
yeah, it's
three
cool.
kids. We're up, you know. What is sleep?
Hi, Steve. How are you doing, Steve? I'm going to do it. Hope you're well. I say it all the time. It's the only thing I say. So yeah, Anna's just saying, look at the sun. You can see it just in the background there. Yeah. That must be a nightmare when you're going to start live streaming. You're going to have to really control the light to blackout blinds and sort of lights and all sorts of stuff. But so me and Jason basically connected through Ecamm. So he asked me a couple of questions, and that's quite funny, Phil. I like it. I'll bring it up on the screen in a second. Asked me a couple of questions about Ecamm, how to do certain things, because I'll let him explain actually what Jason wants to do with the software really, and why he wants to be able to use it and be able to live stream with it in Facebook groups and things like that, and how it will kind of assist and aid in his cause. So yeah, if you want to go through that quickly, Jason, you'll be better explaining it than myself.
Yeah, no, thanks, Chris. So the reason why I'm interested in Ecamm is when COVID kicked in, what we do, I'm a CEO of a charity. We have quite a lot of parents, mostly parents that have sick kids in hospital. We're talking about Australia's sickest children. And we want to be able to develop a bit of a community where parents can get together and during this COVID lockdown, because we're in lockdown here. I live in an area where we had the military recently to ensure that everybody's staying inside because that's how bad it's gotten around here. So parents aren't able to communicate and, be as normal. So we've gone to creating a bit of a group where parents can exchange ideas and support each other online through the charity work that we do. And I'll just move on to what we do as a charity. So before I was the CEO of this charity, I was a tradie, and I was working on the building sites. And I'm a father of three. But my eldest child, Angela, when she turned one, she got sick very quick. We took her to different doctors, and they said it could be this, it could be that. But we eventually found ourselves at the Children's Hospital nearby where we live. And it took them 4 days of testing, and they sat us down and told us the worst news that any parent can imagine. My little girl was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer called histiocytosis. Never heard of that word before, didn't know what it was. Um, but then the doctors explained to me that it's 1 in 100,000 kids get it. And she's got the rarest type of it. And I asked that question every parent would want to know in that situation. Well, what are her chances of beating it? And they looked me straight in the eye and they don't muck around, Chris. They tell you straight, she had a 20% chance of survival. So here I am. What am I going to do as a dad to help my little girl go through what was 3 years, nearly 3 years of perhaps the most traumatic experience that a child can go through? She went through it all. We're talking reactions, infections, chemotherapy, the type that causes your hair to fall out. And if you can bring those images up for people to
Yeah, yeah.
see, you'll be able to see. So yeah, my little girl had a real hard time, and it really affected me as a father. It really affected me as a man, where I couldn't do anything to help this little girl. Who was reaching out to me all the time, wanting me to protect her. But I noticed that during the time she was in hospital, and hospital was our first home, Chris. Like coming home to our actual home felt like a bit like a holiday. That's how long she spent in the hospital there. And yeah, I wanted desperately to find a way to help her. And I noticed that when children like her are confined to a hospital bed, and for anyone that's watching this knows that have been in hospital before, when you've got those wires and tubes and all those things that these kids need to have when they're in hospital, it's really hard for mums and dads to change their child, especially when it's so easy for these kids to make a mess. They throw up from the chemo. They eat a lot. They play with Play-Doh and paint and everything. It's really easy for them to make a mess. So hygiene is a very important thing. So what what I wanted to do was find a way to help her, and a light bulb went off one day where I tried to change her after she had a bad night with the chemo, and I just got frustrated with how hard it was to try and change her without the help of a nurse. So I thought, you know what, stuff this. I'm going to try and come up with something. So I'm a tradie dad that had a crack at reinventing the hospital gown, and kids don't want to wear hospital gowns. They don't want to look sick and feel sick. So what we did was we made it a t-shirt. But my son gave me the idea or the inspiration to turn it into a superhero costume. So we've created a t-shirt for kids to wear in hospital disguised as a superhero costume. And we give these to the kids for free. And this t-shirt works a little bit different to a hospital gown. We tried everything: Velcro, zippers, shoelace ties, any way that you can open and close a garment. And if you can see on those images there, thanks, Chris, for putting them up, it's got press studs on both sides from the underarm going down. The underarms are open for the thermometer checks that the nurses would usually do and wake my daughter up at night. It's a cotton garment. It has shoulder studs. It's just a more comfortable thing for kids to wear, and bring a bit of imagination and fun to the hospital. It also comes with a cape. It's a superhero costume, so it's got to have a cape. But that cape, when it comes time to eat, it doubles as a bib. So now all of a sudden, parents have this ability to change their child and maintain a level of hygiene as often as they want, and they don't have to wear these awful, scary hospital gowns that make them look so unwell. So we're giving these to kids all around Australia. We launched this back in June 2018. I recently got my charity status where I had to prove to the Australian government that this is something that is worthy of becoming a charity. And it's nationwide. And I have my eyes set on completely revolutionizing what people wear in hospital. I want this available for every child that is ever given bad news. It's not only confined to it's not only given to kids with cancer. It's given to kids that are facing all types of life threatening conditions, and we give these to the parents for free. I don't want mum and dad to have to pay for it. They're going through enough. So I actively go out and I try and meet business owners. I push what we do online for people to see where you can actually buy one of these. We will pack it here in our little warehouse and we will send it to a hospital, and a nurse, you can put that video up, um, where a nurse will give it out to a child on your behalf. And we have this thing where we call it the moment. It's when that child gets given this gift. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. So I'm very proud of what we've done. We've won something called the Australian Good Design Award, which is for us a really big deal. It's kind of like, okay, you've come up with a good idea. And I think it's overdue. The hospital gown has served its purpose, and now it's time to sort of change that. So I want to bring this to the UK, and I would love for all your friends and family watching this to please tag anyone or share with anyone. I need to join together hospitals or people that work in the NHS with people that might be willing to support this in terms of supplying it to the hospital. Because, like I said, I don't want parents to have to pay for it. They're the most vulnerable people in our community, because when your child is going through such traumatic experience, often mum or dad will have to give up their job to be bedside. So no, they're not only worried about their child now, they're worried about how I'm going to keep the lights on at home, how I'm going to pay the rent or the mortgage. They're going through enough. So I believe that there's enough kind-hearted people out there that will work in terms of work with us to try and get these to the kids for free. And it's working here in Australia. We're providing thousands of these to kids nationwide. And I'm very proud of that. But I'm my mum's from the UK originally, so I'm a UK dual national. I lived over in London for nearly 10 years. And I would love to come back to London with this. That's the dream. So really appreciate you having me on, Chris. But if there's anyone in your network that is watching this or can tag someone or share this video, you'll be surprised the knock-on effects. It might generate some conversations that lead to some big help. So if you want to donate or if you want to check out what we do, visit us on our Facebook page. It's called the Super T, or you can visit us at supert.org.au. And yeah, we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.
That's epic, Jason. Yeah, well done, mate. I think it's brilliant what you've done, what you're doing every day. And when you say your warehouse, um, it's literally in your garden, right? It's like a
Yeah,
oversized. It's an oversized shed. You like. It's epic. It's absolutely epic what you're doing. So yeah, I really do hope someone, well, someone basically from this can help in one way, shape, or another. It's just raising that awareness, and yeah, it's absolutely epic what you're doing. I think it's brilliant. Um,
appreciate it, man.
so yeah, no, brilliant. So my wife's literally watching as well. She's literally just tagged her sister. Um, so yeah, our nephew, when he was quite a bit younger, had leukemia, um, and yeah, that would have been ideal at the time. She's literally just tagged him and said like, Tristan would have loved one of this. So yeah, he would 100%. It's yeah. Yeah, so I think it's brilliant. So fantastic job that you're doing, and hopefully anyone that's watching, I know what I'm doing in terms of like the Diabetes UK challenge. Comparison to this, guys, if you're not donating to that, then please go and buy someone a t-shirt, a super tee for me, because I'd appreciate that more, if I'm honest. And or if you can afford to do both, then do both. Definitely 100%. And how much is a super tee, Jason? I think we worked
We're
out
gonna do a bit of a we're gonna
a bit
do
of
a bit of a
currency
currency conversion
conversion.
here, right? So the Super T, it's not only the T-shirt; it comes in a reusable tin. Because storage is always a problem at hospitals. Not much for kids to store anything, so it becomes a bit of a treasure chest. I'll just show you. I've got one
Yeah, yeah.
here. So it comes in a bit of reusable tin, and it comes with stickers and a comic book and a bookmark. It's a bit of an experience we want to give to the kids. It
Yeah.
is a present, and it's given to the kids facing the worst you can imagine. And we haven't even scratched the surface on the number of kids that we can help. So um, each Super Tea pack is about $45 Australian. So I've got no idea what that is in pounds. I think if you halve it and then go a little bit less, that's usually, yeah, you're doing the you're doing the currency check
I am
now.
gonna do the Oz dollar. Come on.
Yeah.
So it's
So
okay. So it's 33 United USD. Okay. GBP where we are. Oh my word.
fluctuates so much, doesn't it?
£23.92.
Is that a lot for a t-shirt? How much
Mm,
is a t-shirt
that
over there?
is
Not
they should
Primark prices.
not Primark prices. No, I mean yeah. I mean 24 pounds for a t-shirt is probably about what someone would pay for a designer t-shirt ish, or half of a designer t-shirt. So yeah. I mean that's
Interesting.
yeah, that's not expensive. And bearing in mind, like you said, it's not just a super tea, right? It's an experience for the child as well. Um, you know, that little magical moment where they open it, I guess, and get all the little
Well, that's it.
extras and 100%. And then then they've got a lunchbox afterwards in the tin.
But pre-COVID, we were able to go to the hospitals with costume entertainers,
Yeah. Oh,
and
cool.
we would teach them what to say to these kids. And you're exactly you're exactly right. It's called the moment. So I want you to imagine that there's this kid in a hospital bed, and they're bored. There's not much for these kids to do. And then there's a knock on the door, and they look up and they go, and they see at the door, they see Wonder Woman, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Captain America. So the story is that these superheroes have taken the day off saving the world and fighting crime to come meet their hero, which is this child. So it's just a brilliant thing to experience. It's they get so excited. These entertainers, they're like, "Oh my god, we've heard so much about you. You're that kid Chris that we've heard so much about. Guys, we found him. Oh my god, you're so brave. I want to know how I can be brave like you." And it confuses the child. It's like, hold on, you're Batman. Yeah, but you're Batman's superhero. You're my superhero. Can I have your autograph? Can I have a photo with you? And it's like for that moment, that kid is like thinking, Am I really a superhero?" And it's like other superheroes telling this child, "You are, you're like us. And we've got a costume for you." And it's that beautiful exchange that I miss so much that COVID has taken away from me.
Hmm.
And we do what we can, with video messages and that sort of thing. But I can't wait to bring this to the UK. Like it's so needed. I think a bit of imaginative play in hospital. There's a beautiful film called it's actually called Life is Beautiful. And for anyone that hasn't watched it, you're welcome. It's an amazing video, and I think it captures what I'm trying to do here. It's about a father and his son in a concentration camp, but from the father's perspective, he knows exactly what's going on. But from the child's perspective, it's a game of hide and seek. It's all a game. But he gets his son through this so terrible traumatic experience through the use of imaginative play. And we want to use imaginative play to get these kids through. If they need to go through an MRI machine, not an MRI machine, it's, you know, Captain America needs to stay still so that this machine can't find him in this game of hide and seek or something like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just whatever way we can get these kids through everything, so that it doesn't impact them too much. So thanks for having me on, Chris. I know you've
Epic,
got other things to
mate.
go on, mate, but
Yeah.
I really appreciate the opportunity.
Definitely not as important as what you're doing, mate. Gonna be honest, or what you've just shared. So
Well,
honestly,
you've helped me a lot, and for anyone that Chris has been great in helping us to try and put together the videos that we need to sort of get our message out there. It's really hard for us, it's very very competitive out there in terms of people wanting to share their message. So I really appreciate all the help, mate. Without you, we wouldn't be able to get all the equipment that we need. So you've pointed us out in the right direction on what we need. So I really appreciate it, mate. So
That's
thank you
cool.
very much.
More than welcome, mate.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, perfect, brilliant. Right, excellent stuff. Thank you very much for coming on. I've kept you on. I've created different bits so you can stay on for the rest of it, but I'll
Okay.
zoom through it all so you can get on with the rest of your day as well. So
I can give
we'll
you some
move over.
commentary if you want.
You can what? You're going to do some commentary.
I can help with some commentary. Diabetes UK. Okay,
There
this
you
is
go.
good. What
Yes.
made you want to do this? What made you want to support this?
Uh, so
There's a backstory here. Here we go.
there is a bit of a backstory. Yeah. So unfortunately, this year in March, so I lost my mum. So my mum passed away in
I'm sorry to hear
March.
that.
No, thank you. So she essentially she had a heart attack, but it was brought on through realistically poor control of her diabetes. And she'd had diabetes for uh, how old was I? I think I was 8 or 9 when she found out she had diabetes, and yeah, so I think she
Mm,
was 62 when she passed, so a really young age.
young.
So
Yeah.
yeah, literally
Yeah.
died just a month before her birthday. And
Uh,
yeah,
so,
so
so you're doing this in her honor. That's great.
yeah, essentially, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been it's been good, if I'm honest. It's been good to kind of get out the house a lot. It's kept me a bit fitter, which is good at the moment. And yeah, when I'm out, especially when I'm on my own, I do kind of yeah, yeah. It's been quite therapeutic from that point of view, I think, to be honest.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Hey, good on you.
cool, fair, and yeah,
And you got to do 1,000,000 steps. Is that the challenge or?
I've done 1 million already, so I decided to do 2, mate. I decided to do 2 million. So yeah, I'm
Good on
getting
you.
there. Uh, Phil's just put, "Hey Jason, thank you for your time and effort changing the world one person at a time." So yeah, excellent,
Appreciate it, Phil.
good
Yeah.
stuff. Okay,
Thank you.
so oh look at that, pound sterling, £23. That's where I just googled the thing instead
Ah,
of now I should be on the diabetes page, right? So far I have raised £135 for Diabetes UK, and I have done 1.5 million steps. So
wow.
I've got 400,000 and how many, 36, something like that. Yeah,
You're asking the wrong
436,000
guy
left to
if you
go.
want maths, mate.
Yeah, 436,000 to go in 18 days, which will work out about 24,000 a day still. So I'll do it, no problem at all. So yeah, all good. Yesterday I managed
That's awesome.
21,954. So good. And yeah, the team so far, like Phil's just put up, is just over or coming up to 1,000, I think, that we've raised all together as a team. So yeah, it's been really, really good. Was you going to
That's
say
great.
something, Jason? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. In 22,000 steps a day, or 24,000. That's
Yeah.
that's very hard. Like my wife's trying to do for September, she's trying to do 10,000 a day. And even with chasing after the kids, she's still she's still finding it hard. Um,
Yeah.
she tried
It's
she tried to cheat a little bit by putting it on one of our kids that just keeps running around all the time.
oh, quality.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. No. So yeah, it is quite hard. This is the thing that I was really quite surprised how hard it was, to be fair. When I first started it, I was like, can't be that bad. Like 20, I was thinking like it was 18,800 a day at first to get the 1.7 million. And the first couple of days in, and I was like 20,000, 19,000. I thought, this is all right. It's quite easy. But actually, like it takes a lot of time. Like you're talking, it was about 2.5 hours a day of walking just for that. So, which doesn't sound a lot, but when you've got a full-time job and you've got other things and you've got, with teaching in the evening and stuff like that, it's a lot to cram in your day. It's not a lot of sitting about. It's probably the best way of putting it, and downtime. I'm gonna have a lot of time left in October, I tell you, because I've been cramming
Mm.
in so many walks in these last 3 months. It's gonna be, I don't know what to do with myself. But that will lead on to the next part, which is the journey to become a coder. So I want to start. Um, uh, basically I want to be able to code. I want to be able to build web apps and things like that. And um, for the same reason you're doing what you're doing is to help other people basically. And
Mm.
and they're the kind of things that make a massive difference to a lot of people really, either businesses or charities and all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically what I want to do is learn how to code for that reason.
I, I
And
think
enjoy it.
coding is one job that isn't going to go away. Like if there was one profession that I would encourage my kids to check out, I think coding is definitely the way to go because you're just seeing with how rapid technology grows. Yeah, I really think that if in the future there's going to be a more demand for coding, and it's a language you've got to learn. It's essentially like learning a language, isn't it? From what I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going okay as well. To be fair, today I've done a lot. I've done an awful lot today. I've probably spent about 6 hours and
Wow.
zero tutorials today. So normally I've kind of like watched a tutorial and got working through like a training course that I've signed up for. But today I've just kind of bit the bullet and just started building something today basically. So yeah, I spent 6 hours on it. I've got quite far so far, which I'm quite happy about. I can't show it because it's on a work laptop that I've done the coding on today, and I'm on my personal Mac, so it's just local on there. But it's yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. So and I've learned a lot and made a lot of mistakes today, which is also a good thing. So it's the best way you learn because kind of stuff's not working. You jump on, look at the documentation, see where you've gone wrong, all that kind of stuff, and yeah. But it's good when you kind
Good
of
on you, man.
get somewhere and see a result. Anyway, that's the one. So yeah, no, it's good. It's going well. Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, getting there. Phil saying technology, healthcare, and taxation is where it's at. You
That's true, especially the
probably
last
right.
one, eh?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, that's quite funny. Uh, uh, Anna's saying Phil Hendon, welcome to the future. Yeah, exactly. It's funny you should say that about the coding part of things as well, actually, because coding. Some of the podcasts that I've been listening to, there was people saying literally that there's AI now taking over some coding roles and stuff like that, where it's
Really?
literally, yeah, you can real shorthand, and the AI will complete the rest of the code for you. Like it's insane. So like basic stuff, like basic websites and all that kind of stuff, apparently is going to be very easy for
Yeah,
AI to be able to kind of just generate, and you just kind of put in the basics, and it's just going to write everything you need. It's like it's pretty worrying, really. Um, but
it is. Yeah, I remember reading somewhere about something called the singularity, which is that moment where, as you mentioned, with AI, where AI sort of takes over, and now Skynet.
exactly.
Essentially, that's what it is, though.
It's where
It's
it's
kind of
going,
like,
isn't it?
okay, yeah. It's funny. I watched Matrix yesterday,
Yeah.
because they released the trailer and sort of made me want to watch it again. It's
Okay.
like, okay, it's going to be interesting to sort of see a world where machines are sort of doing the thinking on your behalf.
Mm.
Um, don't know if that's a good thing though.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't go like the Terminator, we'll be all right. But I mean, the thing that scares me about it is the kind of I watched them. Have you seen them? Is it called Boston Dynamics or something like that? Over they do like a
The robot.
yeah, the robot, like where they're doing
Yeah.
literally flips and stuff like that. I recently saw that on Facebook or Instagram, and there was two of these robots doing like a parkour circuit, and like you're watching it thinking it can't be real, like it can't be
Yeah.
real, and then you see people in the background, and you're like, oh, it's real. It's not a green screen. It's
Yeah.
not CGI. They're actually doing it, and you're just thinking, I'm not being funny, but if they're doing that, what are the army doing? Like 100%,
Yes.
they are creating these things, and they've got like some sort of laser device or miniguns on their shoulders with like pinpoint accuracy, like pop, 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 pop. Like they
You've
have
given
to
this
be.
some thought, haven't you?
Well, it just that's what would. As sad as it is, that is what will happen,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it'll be like it'll kept in reserve. Like they won't want to use it, but if they need to, it'll be there.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just can't see that they wouldn't. They'd just be looking at it going, have a bit of that. So
Yeah. I've seen some videos of self-destructing drones. So if you can imagine like a plane just letting out 1,000 mini drones that just locate face recognition targets and just destruct on the moment of impact. Um, it's quite dark where we're talking about, Chris. Maybe we should change the subject a
Yeah,
bit.
so Creative Waste Taekwondo Club update is this part of this segment of my live stream. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've not done anything to do with Taekwondo today or the club. I don't have an update. There is zero things to update on. The only thing I've done is put a post on our Facebook members area and said, don't forget to book your sessions for next week. And then loads of text messages came in and people booked their sessions. So fantastic. Yeah, Phil, I'm not going to put it on the screen because, like I said, it's a bit dark. Kamikaze drones, exactly. Right, moving on. Daily weight update. So it's time for me to jump on scales and see if my McDonald's for dinner has made me any fatter. It's
You wanna
Vicky's
stay away
fault.
from that, mate.
It's Vicky's fault. That's all I can say really. Is Vicky ordered it
Gave in to temptation. That's what you've done.
and paid for it. So I can't. It's not the one. It's not the one.
It's just so
Okay.
convenient, isn't it? It's just that's the edge.
Yeah.
That and brilliant marketing.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, Phil, I missed the start of your comment. Club update, kamikaze drones. Yeah, basically. Okay, so this is where I'm at in terms of weight. So I've lost six kilos so far, though, Jason. That's not too bad. I mean,
Good on you.
But that is in 3 months, so it's actually pretty poor. Because I mean, really, I should have lost a lot more than 6 kilos in 3 months. But I think the last sort of 2 weeks, there's no think. The last 2 weeks, I've not been, what's the right word? Following my proper diet that I wanted to follow. It's probably the only way I can put it. So I've only got myself to blame.
79.6 kilos. What's that in stone? Because you guys use stone, don't you?
Ooh,
You don't use. Yeah.
Oh, well, I use kilos, but only because, only due to kind of Taekwondo reasons. Over the years, like always used to weigh in kilos, so it's kind of like I've always known what I am. I'd have to jump online and start tapping in the old buttons on the keyboard to find out what it is in stone. Let me
That's the lowest you've been. 79.6. Yeah, from 86.5. That's great.
79.6 kilos in stone, right? So that is 12.53 stone. Yeah.
And that's the weight you want to stay at, or?
I kind of want to be about 75, 76 kilos. I'll be really happy if I can get down to that. Yeah, I'm not going to get down to that because I've only got so many days, but that's basically 12 stone. So 12, yeah, bang on 12 stone. That's, for me, that's a good weight. That's not too low.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah, basically. Right, I'll jump on the old scales.
Chris shredded.
Yeah, kind of. Need to get to the gym for that as well. Right. I need to change camera. Where's my... Oh, yeah. Maybe, Phil. Maybe.
There you go. That's the Big Mac there, mate.
That's not good. It's gone up. Let me put my headphones in. Normally I don't put my headphones back in, but obviously I need to listen to you. Otherwise it would be a very interesting conversation for everyone else. That was not good, was it? 80.90.
Chicken and rice again now. Chicken, rice and broccoli.
It is, yeah. It's going to be no rice, just chicken, broccoli and gravy, mate. That's what it needs to be. Chicken, broccoli and gravy. That will be that'll be the one. Vicky, I know he fails to mention when he brings it home for himself. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about, Vicky. Do you have any picture proof of this, Victoria? So it's kind of one of the reasons that I chose to do this live streaming thing and kind of do it publicly as well, is because I've only got myself to blame, and I didn't really want to look like this, if that makes sense. Like, get to the end of it and be like, yeah, I tried to lose weight, but I started at 86 and I'm 85, so I haven't really worked. But at least I've lost some, and actually this is quite I'm really happy with this, right? Because earlier on, about an hour and a half ago, I decided to go through all of my wardrobe and my clothes, and we got back from a holiday about 2.5 years ago, like the summer before COVID hit. which was what, summer of 2019. Went on holiday and I bought like new shorts, right? And at the time, obviously I was a little bit, I didn't weigh as much as what I did during COVID, I guess. So I tried these shorts on like last year and not a chance. Like the buttons were not going up, nothing, zero, zip.
You're struggling.
Just, yeah. So they all went in the loft in a bag because I was just like, one day I might fit into them again. So anyway, long story short, they all fit now. And I've thrown away all my old clothes that I've been wearing like repeatedly because I didn't have many clothes to wear. And now I've got a new wardrobe of old clothes that I haven't worn for ages. So I was well happy. So a little bit chuffed today. So I have lost a little bit of weight and now my shorts do up. So happy.
I wonder how much Taekwondo helps with you and the fitness.
If I did
aspect of
it
things.
properly, it would be really, really good. But because I teach it, and the one thing I find really tough to do is do it and teach it at the same time. Because you kind of, for me, you have to have I think if you're going to do that, you have to do it, or I would have had to have done that from day one. And because literally, it's such a fast-paced sport. If you like do one or two demos of a certain routine, let's say of kicks or whatever it is, it's so kind of energetic and burst of energy. If you do it properly, you should be absolutely like breathless after that, essentially. But when you're teaching, the last thing you want to be doing is then kind of getting to that point where you like then huffing and puffing and panting and kind of like trying to explain it and all that kind of stuff. So it is really.
I can imagine that.
So I've kind of defaulted to I'd maybe do it once, but not at full pace and full speed, so that you can kind of show what you're wanting them to do, but it doesn't affect you to kind of then coach afterwards. You don't need like a 5-minute breather and a sit down and a gallon of water. And yeah, that's basically, that's the thing. So it's kind of like, I think a lot of coaches find the same thing, if I'm honest. And if there's anyone watching back, then they might comment and say, yeah, I agree. But you do see a lot of, there are a lot of coaches, I think, in the same boat. And
I can get that. I can understand that.
it's quite tough. I suppose it's a bit different from like personal training, I guess. Like if you're a personal trainer, I suppose,
You're not working out with the person that you're.
Exactly. Yeah, you're coaching them. So it's very different. You don't want your coach to be like at the sidelines, like holding onto their knees, bending down, like panting.
So
like Phil's saying, actually, it's hard to explain techniques when you're out of breath. Exactly. Yeah. So
that's what I was thinking. I was imagining you sort of doing that, and then the next thing is you got to put your kick.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
I get it.
You got it. You got it. And Phil, actually, to be fair, won't be long until I will be able to just attend sessions at the club, because we've now got like 4 or 5 people that can coach and teach. So there might be a few evenings where like I'm not coaching and I can take part in a session, which would be nice as well, because it will help build up that base fitness again in Taekwondo. That's the strange thing as well, that people, I think, don't quite understand sometimes. Like you can have, there's people in the club that like run marathons on a regular basis, half marathons on a regular basis, good times, like, but they come to a Taekwondo session and a 45-minute hour Taekwondo session of like intense pad work or sparring, and they're absolutely, that's it, they're done for the day. Like zero energy left. You could see they're absolutely knackered, like sweating head to toe. Like it's a proper workout, but it's just a complete different level of fitness. It's a different fitness completely. I mean, I've done one marathon. I didn't even train for the marathon and ran a marathon, but it's completely different fitness level, completely different.
Well, isn't like running more? Well, I would assume more repetitive. You're doing the same technique over and over again. Whereas with Taekwondo,
that's true. Yeah.
Spinning kicks, roundhouse, I don't know all the names of it, but
yeah. No, you're 100%.
You know what I'm saying, yeah.
When I was smiling, I was literally just looking at Phil's comment there. But cut out the McDonald's and it might help. Yeah, it probably will. To be fair, it definitely help, Phil. It will help.
It's hard, mate. Hard.
It is.
Yeah.
It is hard as well, keeping your foot above your head, or your foot above your waist for a period of time, because that's basically what you're doing the whole time. Like boxing's tiring, right? You're punching constantly, you're constantly moving, but it takes another bout of energy to keep your legs above your waist. and kicking's, it takes so much energy, so much energy. So yeah, Phil saying there, it requires a lung capacity greater than most sports, and adrenaline, it makes a huge difference. It does, yeah. I did see a post actually, there's a blog post about taekwondo being one of the best kind of, or the most calorific workout during a workout, because you're using quite, well, more than swimming apparently, which kind of, yeah, kind of makes sense
I
really.
suppose for older people, it's a good way to stay agile and flexible because, as you know, as you get older, your muscles. Well, I can't do things that I could do when I was younger. You know
Neither
what I
can
mean?
I.
Like if you were to ask, forget it.
Yeah,
As-
100%. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I'm that guy now, sitting on the sofa. You know, with my hand sort of rubbing my belly, watching an action show, sort of saying, "Yeah, I can do that."
Rewatching
Not
The
really.
Matrix.
Yeah, not anymore.
Quality. Right, mate. I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bring you
Appreciate the
back up
chat,
like
mate.
this. Beautiful. Cool. No, thank you very much for coming on. Yeah, brilliant. So I will send you a copy of this when we're done as well. And yeah, fantastic. Enjoy your Monday. Everyone else,
Let's
hope you've
stay in
enjoyed your
touch.
Sunday. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care. Cheers, Jason. See ya.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.